The average person spends around 4 hours a day on their phone doing this. That's almost 1,500 hours a year. But if we can break the cycle and get the time we spend down to around 1 hour, we can save 6 or more years over the course of our lives, assuming we are currently in our 20s and living till 70 or longer. That's 6 years we could spend learning something new, being creative, spending the time with our friends and family. So let's have a look at 5 things we can start doing today to reduce the time we spend on our phones and getting our time back. Number 1, removing the cues. There's nothing as powerful as eliminating something. And therefore, just delete all the apps where you don't want to spend your time on. And really, just delete them. I mean, it will hurt, but if you really want to take control over the time you have, it's about deleting all those distractions. Okay, but what are now with the apps you can't delete? It's about removing them from your view. So I, for example, on my home screen have only the apps I want to spend my time on, which is mindfulness, my journal, my Kindle app. And thereby I make sure that when I'm opening my phone, I'm not seeing Instagram or YouTube or any other social media app and then click on it mindlessly and start scrolling. Then the other thing is, which always triggers a usage, is notifications. And here, especially social media apps tend to send you a lot of those for every like, for every comment, and so on. So here is really the problem, that the cue just triggers you to open your phone, open the app you don't want to use, and then spend time on it. And so here, a really good way is to just put on Do Not Disturb and just also disable notifications on all the apps where you don't want to, or better said, don't need to get notified at every moment of the day. I, for example, have on all social media apps 0 notifications. So I check them, but I check them consciously. So I have a certain time of the day where I open the app and then I check my notifications, but I don't want the app sending me for every like, every comment, a notification, which just distracts me from doing my other things. The second one is about pattern interrupts. So we start using our phone normally and then suddenly we create some sort of habits. I, for example, had the habit where I opened my mail app to check my work email every time I was waiting for someone to get ready, or standing in the queue in a grocery shop, or making my coffee. And then one day I stumbled upon this really awesome app which is called 1 Sec. And it's such a great tool because it's crazy how much it helped me save the time I spent opening apps I don't actually want to open, because it does an active pattern interrupt. So you install this app and you set it up, and then what happens, so if I go to my mailing app and open the app, then there pops up a screen that takes you through a quick breathing exercise where you just take a moment to reflect if you really want to open the app right now. And then it gives you the option to continue, but it also gives you the option to stop and don't use it anymore. And the crazy thing that happened is that the time I used to go to my phone and open the mail app was reduced by 94%. Because in the beginning, I forgot that I installed 1 Sec and that this intermediate screen would pop up. But then at some point, my brain remembered that the screen would pop up, and I didn't even try to open the app until the point where I just completely stopped checking my mail on my phone. And it's also just a great way to keep the app if you really need it, but to make it a more conscious decision to opening it. The next is about making it less attractive. The iPhone has a feature where you can turn off the color mode, so everything on your screen suddenly is in a gray tone. And this really helps reduce the time you use the phone, because it's just not as stimulating as it would be when you had the color on. The next is about decreasing the distance. So if you, for example, want to get some work done and now you want to work now for 2 hours, just put your phone far away from your desk. So you really need to get up and go there and get it if you want to check something. And this, again, increases the hurdle to get distracted. The next point is about choosing the right environment. Because, for example, I could also delete the mailing app from my phone and just always check my mail on my computer. So really thinking about, okay, do I want to, or do I need to have this app, or can I also do it somewhere else? And if you're now applying these strategies and getting thereby more and more time back, the Question is, how do you spend it? Or what are the things you are good at or interested in or want to follow in the long run? And here I made a video about a strategy I use myself to discover my why and thereby living with more purpose and meaning and clarity. So you can check it out right here if you're interested. And with that, remember, keep growing, keep striving, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.